Springfield Hope. After watching the video from the last township committee meeting regarding the comments that an individual made here, I felt it important not to chastise that individual, but to explain Springfield Hope. And I know many of you also go to our website and to our Facebook site to understand it. HOPE stands for Helping Other People Endure. I founded this group with the assistance of Scott Seidel, John Cottage, Pat Paolello, and the Springfield Chamber of Commerce. The three of them were members of the Chamber and offered their help. For over 19 years, I ran the Springfield Toys for Tots campaign in conjunction with the United States Marine Corps Reserves. What started with the yearly intake of a few hundred toys grew to be the largest municipal connection point in the state of New Jersey of over 20,000 toys annually. Springfield Toys for Tots program was awarded numerous citations and plaques by the Marine Corps Reserves. With this large collection, we were also asked to be a distribution point instead of just an intake point. Hundreds of needy residents, maybe thousands of needy residents, and needy charitable organizations from the surrounding towns were then able to have toys for all needy children during the various religious holidays. We even had on Christmas Day, where we had a Jewish family in town here come into the firehouse. They had a small fire in their home, and the kids, all of the toys were full of smoke and damage. And on that day, we had toys that were left over from our drive and were provided them. So we go across all religious groups. After seeing people come to the firehouse thinking toys and asking what other assistance they could get, I found they reached a dead end. The town many years ago closed the town's welfare department, which was very well run and helped many children and many families back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. Citizens had nowhere to go but the county. On my own time, I took many a resident down to county only to be denied help for them from the county welfare department. People then and now have nowhere to go. Springfield residents seem to take a back seat to the county's largest city residents. The Springfield Toys for Tots, the fire department of town, became their first line of assistance for all these people. As a firefighter, both a volunteer and career for over 35 years, I was able to witness firsthand how fires, floods, storms, and a small tornado wreaked havoc throughout the town. And yes, in 1972, as a volunteer, I also paddled Mariwako from his house to town hall. So there were floods then. For many of those years, John Cottage and Scott Seidel selfishly gave of their time to help town citizens and emergency services first, before dealing with their own emergencies at home during those crises, as did I. They were the first people I turned to when I wanted to establish hope. What began with funds from our own pockets and some financial backing from the Springfield Chamber of Commerce, Hope soon became a New Jersey state and federal 501c3 nonprofit entity. All legal paperwork was filed and approved by both the state of New Jersey and the Internal Revenue, who reviews all documentations prior to granting nonprofit status. It is not an easy, it takes about 6 months. Unlike some charitable organizations, 100% of every penny donated is used strictly for needy Springfield families. Throughout the year, whether they have financial hardship, suffer the loss of a home due to a fire or disaster, or many other personal situations that have happened. At the very beginning, the town approved the use of both a phone number at the firehouse, which was attached to my office, as well as emergency management as a contact point for people to call to be directed to Hope and Toys for Tots. At no time were these township phone numbers used to conduct business, strictly a point of contact so these people can get assistance. As with other organizations such as the Red Cross, most people call their local town and town's emergency services, who then request on behalf of the residents for their assistance. The welfare of Springfield residents, I am sure, is or should be priority on the minds of all elected officials. By allowing these numbers, these phone numbers, to continue as part of your commitment to helping the residents. We can continue to provide those less fortunate residents of Springfield the help they desperately need. Hope is not fortunate enough to have an office, but we rely on the assistance of an office at Scott Seidel's office, as well as Dr. Gary Heck. When I retired in 2009, I felt the need to have another individual who would become the face of Springfield Hope in my absence. Gary was involved in the town not only from his beginning in town with Toys for Tots. Every year, every month, he's donating money. He also assisted greatly with collecting toys. Gary was a natural choice to be another face of Springfield Hope. Gary's office is at the old train station, and he is always available. He's done a great job, and myself, I appreciate him that very, very much. He's done a lot. Finally, two other people have greatly helped Hope over the years, a local resident and an individual who readily volunteers for functions in town, Gloria Rigo. She helped me in so many ways, gathering support, as well as being my assistant to reach out to some of our Spanish-speaking community residents who needed and still need assistance, and to bring Hope's message to the school system, to town residents, as well as various religious organizations in town. The lady had asked in her comments about auditing Springfield books. The Springfield Hope books. I understand her concerns. I have to say that the state of New Jersey and the federal government, once a year, as part of our annual report, has to review all of our paperwork. And every year, our permit for non-profit status is continued. We also cannot allow citizens or individuals other than the members of our trustees in Springfield Hope to let anyone look at the books because of confidentiality. As the mayor said, there were a couple of people in the audience tonight who have received help. I also seen 3 more. So it's important that these people get help. It's important that the confidentiality is kept. Another person that is a great assistance is Amy Klingman. She assists us with flyers, articles, toy collections, and other logistical paperwork, so as to be able to assure that all money, every single cent that comes in to Springfield Hope through cash, check donations, or toys is distributed back to the people. I'm very proud we have the team that we have assisting the people of Springfield. Together with the township government, the various school organizations, Board of Education, the religious organizations, civic groups, Patriot Chamber, and the members of the various emergency services in town, we have a team in place to help the needy residents in the past, present, and the future. On October 16th, I will be at the Street Fair. Springfield Hope will have a booth there. If anybody has any concerns, if anybody has any needs, I will be there to speak to them and see if we can get them some help. Thank you.